At the annual Grain Farmers of Ontario convention in London, farmers were digesting the new regulations that will restrict the use of neonicotinoids on their farms. The pesticides are believed to be harmful to bees. Still, many were hopeful that common ground will be found that can bring environmentalists and farmers together.
We've had a brief amount of time to review it. We haven't come to any quick conclusions yet, just because we want to make sure we understand the regulation. But as it sits right now, there seems to be some ability for us to have the tool if we can prove need of use. We were hoping that we could voluntarily, without regulations, put a plan forward that we kind of develop and not have a regulation in place, but government felt the need to have a regulation, and now that we see what the draft one looks like, there is some flexibility built into it to address some of the concerns that we push forward from our organization and other ones in the industry.
Well, we said all along that this was an impact on our farmer members' yields, and by reduced yields with limited use of the seed treatment. We had some work done by the Conference Board of Canada last year that said, again with some assumptions made as far as crop loss, that those could total in Ontario with corn and soybeans to that of over $600 million. So a significant piece of change. Even more significant now because commodity prices have lowered to what we've experienced in the last 4 or 5 years. So yield becomes even more important to our farmer members as far as making sure that their farms are profitable. So it could be the difference between black ink and red ink.
There's still hope that we can find some common ground here for sure, because there's been a lot of work done by the industry, by farmers, by farmer organizations such as the GFO, to try to bring some common sense and science to this whole issue around neonicotinoid seed treatments. As a farmer, and I can speak as a farmer, I still am on a family farm. I was a third generation farmer, and it hits home personally for me because my dad became very ill years ago with some of the treatments that were used and some of the insecticides that were used years ago that have since gone off the shelf because they were detrimental and harmful to human beings. And we've come so far and made so many strides in the last 15 years. I'm a grandfather, I'm a father. I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to my family. And I'm a farmer, and I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to my land or the bees for that matter. And that's, I think, what the message has to go to the general public is that we're not the bad guy here. We're not the evil guys that are using the neonicotinoids to make money, because that's not where we're at.